Hi, everyone. Welcome to Financial Insights. I am Linda, your accounting coach. Today, I want to talk about onboarding new staff members. And you may be thinking, well, I don't have staff members currently and I just outsource. Even if you're thinking about a 1099, I want to give you some tips. So, I've had several positions. When I was hired, it was a great opportunity because when I first was hired, there was an action plan, there was a plan, there was a training plan. So there was a checklist, there was SOP, standards of procedures. And so I basically knew, okay, first of all, what my responsibilities was going to be. And then also, just having written documentation allowed me to just get a general idea of how the company worked or how the department worked. So, very beneficial. You may have an experience where, you've been hired, there really wasn't a training plan. You probably sat at your desk for a couple hours or a couple minutes, just, thinking about, okay, what am I supposed to do next? And for small businesses and nonprofits, we don't have we don't even usually have a human resource department or some type of training department. So it all goes back to us. So I want to provide you some simple tips on how to onboard a new staff member. So number one, you should have an SOP. An SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. So don't be scared by the word. Really, it's just a written document on how things work, how you should do things. It can be 5 pages, it can be 10 pages, whatever the case may be. But having a SOP, a standing operating procedures, is very helpful when you have a new staff member. This SOP should basically include, okay, the responsibilities, who to call, who to contact, who to mail, who are the contacts. It should also just have print screens, like if they have to enter in information, whatever the case may be, always helpful to have print screens. Then number two, have a training plan. So that can be a checklist where it will list out, okay, every item that that new employee will go over, and then also put some due dates. And then also possibly you may enlist a seasoned staff member to actually work with the new staff member on that checklist. So checklists are very, very helpful. Then number three, lastly, create an environment where there's open communication. So always start off on the right foot. So, respond to emails, follow up with the new staff member, checking in on them. So don't let 2 weeks or three weeks go past and you haven't spoken to that new staff member. No, everyone is busy, but you want to set the tone in the beginning. You want to set the tone to say, okay, if there's any issues, anything arise, that, okay, my door's open, let me know. Don't just, wait until, something big happens, you try to figure it out and then it just gets, the problem actually gets so big that it's too hard to solve, and then they have to come back to you to resolve. So you don't want to get to that point. So once again, make sure you have an SOP, you have a training plan, so you have an idea what they're going to train on, open communication. So remember, first impressions are everything. I recently read a post that said that the way you treat your employees is how they're going to treat your customers. So you want to make sure you're starting off on the right foot and you're treating them well. So hopefully these tips are helpful. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and YouTube for more mini lessons to help your business. Have a good weekend.